Hi, my name is Phil Sanders, and I've been a extreme unicyclist and competitive unicyclist for 20 years. But I started unicycling in the 7th grade. Our middle school, Glover Middle School here in Spokane, they had a unit where like they just brought all the equipment out. There was like ping pong tables, roller blades, you could do flag football, and our school just happened to have a bunch of unicycles. And my parents were like, we're not giving you another thing. Like, you have all these hobbies, like use them. I'm like, no, I don't want anything else for my birthday, a unicycle or nothing. And they begrudgingly got me a unicycle, and to their complete shock and surprise, I dropped everything and like only unicycled every day. I unicycled to school, I unicycled to friends' houses instead of riding my bike. So, like all 4 years of high school, for example, I literally, snow, sleet, rain, ice on the ground, I rode my unicycle to school every single There's nationals. It's called NAUCC, the North American Unicycling Competition and Convention. Literally the Olympics of unicycling, where there's like races, high jump, long jump, obstacle courses, trick competitions. There's mountain unicycling, uphill, downhill, cross country, 10K, 100K. You know, I do like skate park trick riding. That's my primary event that I compete in.
Alright, so you just broke a pedal?
Yeah, so I'm putting on a new pedal. You know, you learn in unicycling very quickly that if you don't ride with spares, you're probably not gonna have a good day. You know, in my bag, I got spare tubes, spare seat posts, spare pedals. I even have spare tools. You know, you'll strip tools because,
yeah.
Like for example, like on these cranks here, I really set against there. You got to use the pedals that have the full circle all the way around the pedal so they don't cut into the aluminum. Statement. But I would say there are a greater variety of unicycles than bicycles. You know, there's like 20-inch unicycles which tend to dominate the standard skills and trick performing, like trick riding. My unicycle over here is like a almost 100% custom thing that I put together, cobbled together. This no one else has a unicycle like this in the world. Yeah. This 20-inch wheel inside what is a 19-inch frame. And so I have 3D printed these brackets that push the wheel out just a few millimeters extra to give me this clearance I need for this fatter tire to fit in here. Your seat post breaks right here, then you have to get a new seat post. But what this adapter does is this hooks onto the seat, and you just stick it in there, bolt it down, stick it into your thing. And so if you break seat posts over and over again, you can just go to any bike shop and buy a new seat post rather than having to buy custom unicycle seat posts. On here, I have a specialized carbon fiber seat base, seat handle enforcement plate. So another thing you break a lot is handles. When you change these, this is the handle saddle. It is less comfortable, of course, than a traditional saddle, but this is a fully aluminum thing. It's more like having handlebars for a seat instead of an actual seat. Two tricks where you have the seat forward and then you land with the seat backwards. So, but with this guy, it kind of is a little bit more symmetrical, so it feels good forward. There are mountain unicycles that go from 24 up to 29 inch. Some people even do 36 inch mountain unicycling in cross country. There's touring unicycles, which tend to be the 29 and 36 inch and even 48 inch unicycles, some of which have internally geared hubs. People have gear shifting unicycles. People have unicycles with hydraulic brakes. There's, of course, the giraffes, the 5 foot, 6 foot and taller unicycles. Ah, you caramba. Woo. If you see any expressions of frustration, it's more like everything feels good and close. It's just, I know I haven't ridden in a couple weeks. Unicycling is also my emotional safe space. Like if I'm allowed to scream, yell, freak out, chuck my unicycle, this is where I'm allowed to do that. Yeah. And then I go home and I'm back to normal. So it just looks like, but
okay.
Woo. My first unicycling event was in 2006. It was the Moab Mountain Unicycling Festival. And so we drove down to Moab, Utah, and we did the Porcupine Rim Trail, which is a 17-mile downhill trail in the middle of the desert. The first night we were in Moab, we met the man, Chris Home. It's like meeting Tony Hawk the first time you go to a skate park. And you're like, oh my God. And totally nice guy, totally down to earth. Me and my friend were very excited to find that we were kind of at the time of the upper echelons of the group, which when we've ridden in Spokane by ourselves, you have no idea how good you are amongst other riders. First time in my life, I would say I experienced what you would call enlightenment. In this most beautiful desert I've ever been in, I'm absolutely out of water and just sucking an empty straw, and I'm like, this is the greatest moment of my life. Riding the hardest thing I've ever ridden. And that's when unicycling went up to #1, for sure. Yeah. And then the big one is Unicon, that's the international competition that happens every 2 years. Unicon in New Zealand, Unicon in Italy, Canada, and then France. I think I've been to 4 of them so far. Yeah. Me and my good friend Mose started the Spokane Unicycle Club too. Yeah. We are not performance unicycles. We're exercise and do this as a hobby or activity. The thing about the club is we usually provide unicycles too. So if you don't have your own unicycle, if you're interested, we usually have at least a couple spare unicycles. Unicycling is a lot like lifting or climbing, where if you don't do it, you don't get better. And the unicycle, there's no cheats. There's no ways around it. You just have to work hard to get better at unicycling. Maybe just some good resources if you're interested in learning about unicycling. Unicyclist.com is a big unicycling forum. Unicycle chat on Facebook. Looks like it's skirt is what we say. It's SKRRRT. So .io, I believe. It's the Unicast. It's on Spotify, Apple, and then podcasts.com. The Unicast with Phil and Dan, but a lot of it with Phil.